Well, crap. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. That's embarrassing. There we go. Hello. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, wherever the heck you are on the internet. Hello, and welcome to this wonderful live stream. Brought to you by tap water. That's right. Make sure you do or don't drink that tap water. Always a surprise. And also brought to you by your mom's love, because who else is gonna love you except your mom? That's right. Love from your mom. Where the heck is it 3 a.m., Lou? In China right now? We got a good stream today, I think. It's always a good stream. What am I talking about? We're going to have some fun today because we are going to... Oh, sorry. We are going to love one another. Yeah, we're going to have a good time. Let me just make sure. Dang. I'm changing some of my rewards for skill points. I'm not really sure what to do. I think today we're gonna go over some mixes. We're gonna go over some mixes that I've done this week, and I need to do a revision on a mix that I want to do with y'all, and do some question and answers, Q&A. Honestly, that's kind of what it is. We're gonna All right. I was just changing some of the settings here. We are back in it today. We are on Twitch. We are live on Facebook, I believe, as well as YouTube. And I know we have a really good stream today. Let me go over some of them. I also downloaded a bunch of new sounds. I haven't set them up yet on my my little touchpad here. But I got some new sounds I want to show you.
And his name is John C.
I think that was a good one. Here's one that I want to put in, but I can't figure out when it would be appropriate. This is from a really good TV show. Let me know if you recognize this. Or
Senpai. Senpai.
This is my favorite one for sure.
No.
That's probably my favorite one.
Good job.
We have a lot of good. This is for you, Lou.
Bruh.
Thank you for your patronage.
Can you trigger light effects with the recorder one? The recorder one? Wait, what are you talking about? The recorder one? The one from my little extra iPhone here? My old iPhone? Yeah, I can control it if I had hue lightings. I can't control it if I had hue lighting, but we don't have the hue. I don't have the hue. It's the same ones that we have at the studio. Which, by the way, I brought back 2 from the studio, and I still need to test them to make sure that they're working. That's one of those upgrades that I want to do at the studio this year is I want to upgrade the lighting system. Oh, can I trigger the lighting effects with the recorder one? Yeah. That's so bad. I had the Tokyo Drift one too.
Bruh.
But yeah, anyway,
やれやれだぜ。
there's a bunch of new good ones. I actually need to download them and import them into my little soundboard here on my phone. But I did add a new one. I added a new one. Not this one. I added this one. This is probably my new favorite one that I added to the board. The classic wow. That's my favorite one. All right, we're gonna get into today's stream. I'm thinking that what up, Spoopy Duder? Thanks for following. We're gonna talk about some mixes today. There's a song that I need to finish up. It's a song by Sarah Gibson, one of the artists that's consistently on the stream. She's probably gonna the first thing. We're just gonna finish it up. I'm gonna play through the mix. We can answer some questions about the mix if we want. But she gave me some background vocals, some new background vocals. So the original mix, the background vocals were cool. She heard it and she's like, actually, they're not quite in key. So she wanted to re-record everything. So they're totally different background vocals, as well as she replaced the first hook, the vocals for the first hook. I think it was just performance issues. So we got that squared away. All right, so let me pull this up. I'm slowly pulling it up right now. I didn't pull up Pro Tools before like I should have, like a good boy. So I'm pulling up Pro Tools now. It's taking a minute. I'll show you my my load screen here, if that's what y'all want. What up, Sweaty X Freak? Welcome to my desktop. I need to do some sort of like background behind the chat box. But let's see. We're actually going to open up a new one. I accidentally... Pro Tools does that where like it doesn't show you recent projects if you start up Pro Tools without the hard drive plugged in. So I accidentally started Pro Tools the other day without plugging in my hard drive first, and now it only shows me the most recent one from the other drive. But we're going to do this one from Sarah Gibson. This one's called Riptide. What up? Thanks for the follow. Greener on the outside. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Also, let me turn off this rules thing because we're not doing the rules today. Sorry, dog. Let me do that. Those are the rules for my Friday morning streams, which is Mix Feedback Friday. And then, so you can submit mixes for me to give feedback on every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But, yeah, that's for tomorrow. Today, I'm working on my own stuff here. You can still join our Discord, for sure, and hang out. I usually notify everybody in the Discord whenever I go live on Friday mornings as well. So, alrighty, let's go, Pro Tools. What's taking so long? Oh, who submitted the stretch thing? I really do need to stretch. Wee. Wee. All right. Sweet. Oh, we're in. Hopefully we're in. And hopefully this plays back. Nice. Running out of CPU power before we even start. Warming up the CPU here. All right, let's check out what's going on here. Wow. Okay. Give me a second here. Let me see if changing some things here to help get us situated a little bit better. Let's see if this does anything here. Give me a second. Let me close this out. Close this out. Let me close. Yep. We should be good. Nice. Alrighty, that's annoying. It's probably because I got so much stuff going on right now. Let me take off, Really? What? Alright, that's weird.
I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak, but you are dead in my dreams. I don't really know what I should think. Sometimes it feels like you died for me. Swept up in the flood as the walls caved in. Baptism by water filled with clothes and sin. Well, this pain is
What up, Sam Cook?
I changed my life for you. No matter what I do, the water just keeps rising. I found the meaning in me.
Okay, so this is the mix I'm gonna let it play through once.
Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak. But you are dead in my dreams. I can only ever be the best that I can be. If that's not enough, then it's not up to me. Drowning in the ocean or we're lost at sea, striving for something I can never reach. I am not the villain, babe, though there are times I act insane. It takes both.
Wow. Wow, what? Oh, no! No! Damn it. Man, this computer is being a little bit slow today. It's alrighty. I have a really nice 12-core CPU. But the 12-core is a little bit slower. 2.7 gigahertz 12-core, 64 gigs of RAM at 1800 megahertz. The upgraded graphics card, but AMD Fire Pro D700 6 gigabytes. But let's be honest, that graphics card still not amazing because it's Apple. But we're gonna restart the session, but we're gonna go over that. I have to put in the new background vocals. I think I actually already put them in, so I'm just gonna have to like tune them up, make sure that it's good to go, kind of do some final adjustments, and then send it out to her again. So we're gonna check it out. This should be a pretty simple, pretty fast, quick fix. We're not gonna spend too much time on it. And then we're gonna go on to the next thing. Oh, let me move this heater that I have. Alrighty. We have let's see what else we have today on the list of things to do. Other than this is just the first one that we're gonna do. I'll pull it up later, but let me pull up her text too.
I am not the villain, babe, though there are times I act insane. It takes both hands to call the rain, and the water just keeps rising. I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak. You are dead in my dreams.
Okay, this is the new ones. Should be right here. I guess I never... Is there a newer version of this file? Because I thought I imported them yesterday. Let me check it out. So this is very strange to me as to why this part already sounds like the way it used to. Yeah, there is a newer version. Mix 3. Okay. That is my bad. Yeah, this artist's name is Sarah Gibson. She's really dope. She's done really well on TikTok. So she's about 260,000 followers deep on TikTok and is doing very well. Okay, sweet. There it is. There's the imported files there. Take that off, move this over because that's weird. And I'm actually even going to disable this for now. I soloed it out. She even did a new intro. So here's the new intro as well.
I found the meaning in me.
She just did a little softer.
Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak, but you are dead in my dreams. I don't really know what I should think. Sometimes it feels like you
Yeah, there we go. That sounds like the way it's supposed to sound like, for sure.
Baptism by water filled with clothes and sin. Well, this pain, it isn't new. I changed my life for you. No matter what I do, the water just keeps rising. I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch
Yeah, there's some like, I'm hearing it too, like some like phasing or something going on.
we could talk for a moment, just for
I wonder if it's...
I wish that we could speak. Dreams. I can only ever be the best that I can be. If that's not enough, then it's not up to me. Drowning in the ocean or we're lost at sea, striving for something I can never reach. I am not the villain, babe, though there are times
I don't think I'm going out of the...
it takes both
I don't think I'm going out.
the rain and the
I'm not doing any outboard gear on this one, so there shouldn't be any sort of comb filtering either.
I found the meaning in me.
Alright, we're gonna finish up this video. We're gonna... So these are the ones that I'm gonna remove. So these are the ones I'm gonna remove, I believe, and we're gonna do throw these in here. This is gonna be difficult. We're gonna see if this works. Get this out of here just to clean this up. And she said, the majority of this song is G minor. The Oz are in G major. The first half of the bridge is in A minor. The second half is E major. Okay, so the Oz are in G minor. Wait, the Oz are in G major. Let's hear that. We want to do a little bit of tuning here for sure. Let's try the G major thing that she said, and then we're going to kind of dictate how it changes as well. G major, not G sharp. Yep. G major here. Minimal flex tune here. That'll be good. Let's get that in there. Also, where are these going into? These are all going to lead vocals. So let me do the switch these over to lead vocals. And then I don't want to change these. So, okay. Interesting. I'm wondering if there's any sort of changes during this time. Next to root scale change. Okay. Doesn't really seem to change. All right, sweet. So we're going to do this. This one was, I believe this one was actually prepped by one of our interns at the studio and my assistant's Jenny. She does a wonderful job, and she kind of pre-mixed this one partially for me, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why a lot of these stock plugins on here are from her, and I don't really want to change the tone because I mixed around these, so I'm going to put these back on. These are her plugins here. Yeah, there we go. And then let's get these vocals just a touch more even, like the upper end one here. I think they're just a touch loud. Yeah, there we go. Press these ones just a touch more too. And it looks like this one specifically is a little bit louder. We do want to squash them down. And now we should have a little bit more even volume. There we go. Oh, when did you activate sing mode? Oh, man. You were saving. Damn. I'm not even really in the mood to like sing everything. Hold on, wait a second. Hold on, let me get in the zone. Now we're trying to figure out the balance of the vocals. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I won't hold you responsible for every feeling that I felt. We were a bit irresponsible with the cards that we were dealt. Baby, I know that things have to change or we'll end up alone. If you could see me in the light of day, I know we could build a house. I found the meaning in
There you go. Ooh, me. Hear all the delays, yeah. Booty Dooder says, hey guys, long podcast listener. Been bedroom producer for a minute now. About 3 years and wanting to take mixing more seriously. WM most game implementation, lots of stuff to be excited about. I'm currently going through the newbie section at Cambridge Music Tech, the website. You think these are good multi-track to start with? I bought it, booted for link in the Cambridge site, lol. No, it says, I think there are a lot of great resources on that website. I guess I'm doing some sort of Bee Gees impression now. Ha, 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 stay alive. When did that happen? To the Bee Gees? Yeah! Oh yeah! I'm not really good at the sing mode. Or maybe I'm amazing at the sing mode. You want me to... I could freestyle some singing in this. Yeah! Is that... I don't know what a C is. Hold on, wait a second. Trapped in the closet. All my time in the closet. Hold on. What is a high C? Which C? Ah! Ah! Can't do C5. Ah! I could do A4. Ah! 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 Yeah, that's C5. C3 is ho ho ho. What are you watching? Noah's watching porn. That's right. Noah, what you eyeing up these ladies for? Noah's girlfriend, you're watching. Yeah. Noah, what you looking at? Are you watching all these pony porn? Why is that pony in a tutu? Noah, what's wrong with you? Am I freaking out your girlfriend yet? I'm gonna look up. Yo, hold on. Before I get like banned and stuff, I'm gonna do it on my own here. Now I'm just gonna look at like sexy ponies on Google and see what comes up. It's all My Little Ponies. I think this is all okay. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Alright, that's enough. I don't want to get banned. The person on the screen looks nothing like Noah's girl. That 5 minutes of singing, am I done singing? I actually think that was easy. I think that was it, as far as like the song goes. Alright, I think that we're good.
I don't really know what I should think. Sometimes it feels like you died for me. Swept up in the flood as the walls caved in. Baptism by water filled with clothes and sin. Well, this pain
I like that major modulation there, 215. Yeah,
I changed my
me too.
life for you.
Goes G minor into G major, and then it goes into, if I'm not mistaken, the bridge then modulates into A minor, and the second half of the bridge is E minor.
Please don't go and
think we can hide this one now.
So slowly, if we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak.
This is my favorite limiter recently.
In my dreams, I can only ever be the best that I can be. If that's not enough, then it's not up to me. Drowning in the ocean, or we're lost at sea, striving for something I can never reach. I am not the villain, babe, though there are times I
Checking in mono a little bit. I don't think it changes your audio. I think it just changes mine.
rain and the water just keeps rising. I found the meaning in me.
Mono is great for checking vocal levels.
Go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment.
Because you can't hide things in the stereo spectrum when you're in mono, so like it really forces you to focus the mid channel there, and it's actually really great for like just double checking stuff. It doesn't, for me, I don't give a crap about making things mono compatible. That doesn't matter to me at all. What does matter is more of like, when you pan things out, you won't hear clashing as much. So when you mono it, like the clashing just becomes a lot more obvious because there's no place to hide as far as left and right.
Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak.
Hey, turning it up. Sorry, y'all.
You are dead in my dreams. I found the meaning in me.
We're turning it up quite a bit.
Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak. But
Probably turn down the bass just a touch.
you are dead in my dreams. I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak. But you found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we
There we
could
go.
talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak. But
I usually don't do any more than like 2 dBs of gain reduction, except on this limiter because it sounds just so great.
I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that
And then
we
we'll
could
plug this one in.
You are dead. I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment.
And here's the original mix as well. We could put some reference in. So here's the original, what it sounded like.
I found the meaning in me.
And I put a limiter on it to try to volume match.
Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we
Now
could
there's some
talk
stuff
for
going on in the
a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could.
Actually, I'm gonna want to change something here. I'm gonna put all these effects into
You are dead in my dreams.
the routing folder.
I found the meaning in me.
Here's some clashing here.
Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak. But
She typically likes her vocals darker as well. She typically likes her vocals nice and dark. Well, this isn't too dark. I kind of like push the limits with her. But she doesn't like super bright poppy vocals. And I think this specific one, it's meant to be more smooth. So I think we're in the right ballpark here.
I know we could build a house. I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak, but you are dead in my dreams.
We should be, and the last thing I'll do is like check the LUFS here. We should be getting pretty good, especially in this final section. -7 short term. Integrated -8. And just in the chorus only, so which is a great place to be. Thanks, Vibe Out Music. She did a great job. Yeah, so I think that's it. Let me just make sure that we get all the tails. Put a marker there and put this all back. And let's listen to the beginning, from the beginning. Here we go. Bouncing offline. Here it is. Oh, it already exists. Is this mix 4? Well, whoops.
I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak, but you are dead in my dreams. I really what I should think. Sometimes it feels like you died for me. Swept up in the flood as the walls caved in. Baptism by water filled with clothes and sin. Well, this pain, it isn't new. I changed my life for you. No matter what I do.
Yeah, I have it on a soundboard. It's not part of the song. I tried to time it up.
I found the meaning in.
I don't think I've ever used my mix tag ever.
Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak. You are dead in my dreams. I can only ever be the best that I can be. If that's not enough, then it's not up to me. Drowning in the ocean or we're lost at sea, striving for something I can never reach. I am not the villain, babe, though there are times I act insane. It takes both hands to call the rain, and the water just keeps rising. I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak. You are dead in my dreams. I won't hold you responsible for every feeling that I felt. We were a bit irresponsible with the cards that we were dealt. Baby, I know that things have to change or we'll end up alone. If you could see me in the light of day, I know we could build a house. I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment, I wish that we could speak.
I did I think I did do the full mix on a previous stream. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But this is one of the artists that definitely gives me permission to stream her music. I'm not sure. I have to check. I want to check out how you got those background vocals so present. We can also just go through the session too. Easily. Wanted to ask about submitting my track today to you, man, just to check out if I want to re-release. Hey, yeah, we do actually mix feedback on Friday morning. So it's tomorrow morning actually. Today is just I'm mixing live, publicly live. So I'm not looking at other people's mixes right now, but I'm kind of going through my own right here and kind of giving some examples, doing some live mixing. Friday mornings, 10 a.m. Tomorrow is when I do mix feedback. So check out the Discord, get involved in that way if you want to be part of that. Let's look at these background vocals here. Which background vocals are you talking about, Vibe Out Music? Harmonies? So it looks like I did a few things. Typically with my background vocals, I DS a lot because usually too many S's kind of gets in the way. So I DS quite a bit. So I'll take off all the DS. This is a free plugin, by the way. Really like this one. One of my favorite DSers out there. And typically speaking, I try to make holes in the sense that whatever frequency curves or tonal response the lead vocal has, I try to do the opposite. And sometimes, more often, I tend to do background vocals like darker, but definitely a lot less present in the mid-range and the top end. So you'll see there's like not that much boosting going. Actually, there's no boosting in the top end going on at all. And I'm cutting this like present version of the form of the mid-range compared to this is the main EQ on the lead vocals. And I'm definitely adding some signal here as well. I'm adding some top end. So it's this section looks like it's mostly going to come from here. If I'm not mistaken, probably from here as well, but I just took out a lot because there was a lot more. Actually, the lead vocals tend to be in this lower range I like here. So it's mostly just going to come out here, honestly speaking. And then lastly, I'm compressing it here with a very mute type compression. Adding some saturation with it. This is like a $20 compressor. I really recommend this. Klanghelm MJUC. It's dope. It's got 3 different modes, but I'm using this mode, which is like the retro. I forgot what it's called. What is it? The stay level. And then lastly, this is a trick here. This is another free plugin from Goodhertz, which is the creator of the Wolfpack compressor, the Wolf compressor. They have a free plugin called the Midside Matrix. And what it is, it's supposed to be able to turn any sort of hardware or software into a mid-side plugin. So you can have any signal going into it, start left, right, and then you can have it exit the plugin going mid-side. So that way you can use any sort of stereo plugin or stereo gear in mid-side mode, and then you put another plugin here after that insert going from mid-side back to left, right. So you can put it back to normal. But anyway, I don't use any of this stuff. What I'm doing, and I've also changed it to Japanese mode. But this says mid signal. So middo, and I could turn down the mid signal. So it's just basically center by waves. Waves center does basically the same thing. And this is saido. And I'm just leaving the side the way it is. I'm turning down that mid signal, just 1.5 dBs. So kind of making it a little bit more on the outside, really spreading it out so the main vocal will stay in the center. And that way I'm able to bring out a little bit more volume from the sides without actually taking away from the center there. Just a touch more. So it's a very minimal difference. So check this out.
I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly.
But it's a very scary. Yeah, a very easy, simple way to kind of make some room. It doesn't do too much, and I would recommend not doing more than just a few dBs of that, because it does start to feel weird and phasey if you do too much. So just take it easy on that one. What's up, Bill Nye? DK, I've missed so many of your streams. Yeah, welcome back. Well, I'm doing a lot more streams, so it'll be easier for you to hang out. Yeah, so there's that as far as the main backing vocals. It looks like I got some ad-libs here. These ones, doing some filters. This is another free plugin. Black Rooster Audio has this Pultec filter emulation. Arvox. Probably a little bit of the gate there. A little chorus on it. This used to be free. I don't think it is anymore. When it came out, it was free for the first little bit. Great setting for, this is like my ad-lib, slightly adjusted, but my basic ad-lib setting for the Valhalla. I'm cutting out some of that mid-range stuff. To be honest, I could cut a little bit more of this out. Although I shouldn't change it. Actually, I'm not going to change it just because I already submitted it. And that 1K might be what's making it poke out. Yeah, that's making what's making it poke out. And then this one, it's just going through my lead vocal bus, but I've turned them down quite a bit. Auto-tune, same EQ, compression as my lead vocals. I've just turned them down quite a bit and then turned up my, you can see how I'm automating. These are my delay reverb automation. So you see I've done a lot of automating here. So check this out. Send one, verb 1, verb 2, long boy. So I have like really long reverbs as well so you can hear them.
You are dead in my dreams.
So here's a really long one right here. So I have one, I call it long boy, and I have a long boy in most of my mixes, especially when there's a lot of space like this. It's like a 9-second, like an 8 to 12-second reverb, depending on the song. Sometimes it's a little bit shorter as well. That's, so you see a lot of reverb automation. So you'll see moments here where it goes like completely dry. So here's a section where it goes completely dry.
Drowning in the ocean or we're lost at sea, striving for something I can never reach. I am not the villain.
And I think it's absolutely important to create contrast. I think the most boring thing people can do with a mix is to put on blanket reverbs or blanket delays where they don't really change throughout the song. So listen to the contrast here.
Just keeps rising. I found the meaning.
So you got regular reverb, regular reverb, and then dry, and then lots of reverb with lots of delays here. So check this out.
The rain and the water just keeps rising. I found the meaning in me. Please don't go and watch me drown so slowly. If we could talk for a moment, just for a moment.
I've pitch modulated that delay.
Could speak,
it's a little bit format dropped. You'll notice that the delays are a little bit darker. Check this out.
I found the meaning in me. Please don't go.
Let me answer some of these questions. Yeah, can you go over doubles as well? Yeah, I'll go over doubles in a second. Love the name. Bill Nye. Bill Nye, though. I think that's what you're talking about. That's cool. Kind of adds some intimacy for those dry moments. Yeah, definitely dry for me is like very intimate. Whenever things are dry, it adds a large sense of intimacy for me. And more importantly, contrast, I feel like. Is that not getting into producer territory, varying the reverb like that? That's a really great question. This is where like building a relationship with your artist is really important. And getting to know them, and also building your brand. So anybody that mixes with me typically wants this. I think that there are some mixers out there that are even more producer-like than I am, and there are definitely a lot of mixers that definitely don't do as much as I do. I think effects and automation of effects is definitely mixer territory for sure. Excuse me. Is definitely mixer territory for sure. Now, I would even say that is recommended. Now, if you want to blow away a client. Now, that being said, I would also have this conversation before. If this is a first-time client, you've never worked with them, you don't know how creative you're allowed to be, I would say that doing blanket reverbs, though, like if you're a mixer and you're about to add in blanket reverbs, then go ahead and automate those. Like if you think that adding any effects at all is already something that you're able to do as a mixer for this client, then you can definitely automate those effects for sure. Now, if the artist has asked you not to add any effects because they sent you all the effects and they're exactly the way that they sound them, then I probably may not automate them. But I would say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, yes, automating is definitely within the realms of the mixer's responsibility. Now, I'm not also doing anything crazy. I'm just making moments. And that's the beautiful part about these delays and effects is that, reverbs and delays is that I'm not doing anything super crazy with them either. It's more changing the space for moments rather than totally changing the song. Okay, do they have these different plugins in UAD? And nice how to change up the different reverbs throughout the song. Yeah, UAD has a bunch of different plugins. Their plate reverbs are really great. I really like their room reverb with Ocean Wave. The Ocean Wave room reverb is actually one of my favorite room reverbs to date, like easily. But that being said, I personally, and here's what I do, I have a few more reverbs for sure. Yeah, I definitely have a few more reverbs. But I just keep coming back to Valhalla. Valhalla Vintage Verb is like, I think that's the only one that I'm using in this session. I might use like a little plate here and there. But yeah, I'm not really using anything else other than the Vintage Verb because it's just so flexible and you can get so many tones out of it from not only from the three different like colors, the generations, the decades, but all these different halls, dirty halls, and the EQ on it, the modulation, the early reflections, the reflections and the size, the width of it, the dampening. It's just such a useful tool, and it's so flexible that I just do this, and it's very rare that I can't find something that fits. So here's a totally different tone. So Concert Hall 1970s versus Concert Hall 1980s is a totally different tone, and you can see the shape and the high cut, low cut, and the dampening is slightly different as well. The tones are just so different between each reverb that I mostly just stick to one because partially I'm one of those cats where like less options the better. If there's less choices to make, the better. And I love vintage Valhalla vintage reverb, and that's like my go-to for everything. Are there better reverbs? Are there other reverbs? Better is subjective, but are there a lot of other really great reverbs? Yeah, for sure. And I think UAD has really good plates, has a really good... I don't think that UAD has amazing halls, if I remember right. It's been a minute, but UAD's... no, that was Waves, I'm sorry. Waves has a really cool... What room is that? Sorry, I'm like trying to cut caffeine out of my life, so I'm unfocused. I'm not as focused today. But Waves has a plugin, the Abbey Roads rooms, chamber or whatever. Those sound great too. If you want to get that Adele 1950s type sound reverb on your vocals, do you recommend Vintage Reverb? Is it free? And how to experiment with your own vocals if you're going to be the one specifically doing the writing, composing, and recording? Okay, dude, I have a million non-crack plugins and always go back to the same 10. Yeah, for real. Do I recommend... Well, first off, I will say I haven't listened to Adele very much. I've listened to Adele on passing and definitely have not paid attention to her reverb choices. Don't know. So I can't be the one to answer that. And I can't really pull up Adele right now without getting a copyright strike either. So I'm going to have to let you know on a different day. But my guess is probably. Just because of how it might take some tweaking. You might have to figure out exactly how to do it. But yeah, that's for Adele, yes. Okay, it sounds like Lou can vouch for that. Vintage Verb works. It is not free, although it is relatively inexpensive. It's only $50. Oh, then it's pretty cheap. And if you're going to be, and how to experiment with your own vocals if you're going to be the one specifically doing the writing, composing, recording. I would just say, the difficult thing about doing everything yourself is honestly, it's mostly about the inspiration. So, for example, if you're going to... Hold on, give me a second here. If you're going to be doing everything yourself, then you have to remember that inspiration is fleeting. So, like, if you hear something like, oh, this part needs reverb, then I would just implement it almost immediately, just because you're going to forget about it later. Like, the more time you spend on an individual song, on a single song, the more biased you're going to become, and the less you're going to be able to hear things later. So, like, the first listen through. So, another way to, like, kind of get away from that is also to just stop listening to the song completely. Like, don't listen to it for at least a day or two, and then come back to it and try to get inspired again and be like, all right, how can we play with these delays, reverbs, and effects? So I do recommend that. And I do think it's possible as I mix some of my own work all the time. Now, granted, I don't write as many songs as some of y'all do, and as definitely not as many as I mix for everybody else. But even then, like, I'll still get very unbiased, or I'll still lose my bias completely with my own songs, and my mixing level will go down significantly just because I've been working on it, listening to the same song so much. So I have to take a few days without listening to it at all, not even on my phone, in the car, nothing. Just totally forget that it exists for a few days, and that helps a lot. Gotcha, cool. Thank you. User presets. Remember the ones you like. Babyface is one of my go-to artists, got inspiration, and Sam Smith. I like Sam Smith and Babyface. Check this out. If you want a great set of presets, let me give you my presets right now. Screenshot this. Clip this. If you're on YouTube, clip this. Or if you're on Twitch, clip this. This is important. This is probably my most used one right here, the Ad-Libs. I put this directly onto Ad-Libs. Oh, let me switch over to the screen. Screenshot this. Clip this. All right, let's see. Hold on. Wait a second. We're going to clip this. So this is... Oop. How do I do this? How do I clip something? I don't know how to clip anything. Okay. So this is my ad-lib. Here you go. My ad-lib here. This is actually made by Nels. Nels did a lot of tweaking. 80s Chaotic Hall, that's as important. You can start off, a good place to start is actually in Chaotic, and then Chaos Synth 1 will get you to the initial starting point, and then you just tweak these to these settings. This is a really great, you just throw it directly onto your ad-libs, especially on like trap stuff. Great. Here's another, this is my initial blanket reverb here. I might actually make this a little bit longer. But clip this one too, here. I'll clip this too. Dope. Okay, this is just my regular blanket reverb. Still 1980 because I like that brighter, mid-rangey reverb. DK Reverb 2 is a plate. And then this is also, you can clip this as well. It's just a plate reverb. I actually don't use this as much as the secondary most used is reverb, is the mother of all reverbs here, is the default Valhalla vintage verb. The default Valhalla vintage verb sounds dope. The only thing that I'll change is probably do the low cut so it cuts off that rumble, because the default is set to 10 hertz low cutoff, so I'll probably change it to like 300-ish, 200 to 400. I'm not, honestly speaking, I'm not really paying attention to it there. But this is really great reverb choice. Long Boy, I change this all the time. Long Boys I kind of do manually. Nell's Long, I actually don't use that one too much. Oh, Room Start. Here's my room reverb as well. So if I want like a short reverb, I might lengthen this just a touch. But this is a great place to start for rooms as well. I find this to be a really great default for rooms. I love this a lot. And this will actually, because of this user preset that I have, I don't feel too bad about not using the Ocean Way, UAD Ocean Way room reverb plugin, which sounds amazing, but it also takes up a lot of UAD DSP. So this is just a lot lighter processing, and it sounds great. I think it sounds great. But I'm not using it in this session, I believe. And I often do two different reverbs. I usually do the blanket one, which is DK1 here, and then you could tell if you compare to the one that I showed you originally and this one, I've tweaked a few different settings. You should always be tweaking presets. Vibe Out Music, Gotta Bounce. Thanks, DK and Lou. Thanks for supplying so much informative resources like this Twitch channel and the pod. Yep, of course. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for listening to the podcast. There you go. Yeah, we can make this a YouTube short. It's just really easy to clip. So I could take the clips then and then upload them to YouTube. But anyway, going back to the doubles. I think we're supposed to talk about doubles.
Please don't go and watch me drown.
Doubles is just compressed to hell. That's all it is.
We could talk for a moment, just for a moment. I wish that
and then
we
hard
could
left, hard right.
speak, but
That's all it is.
you are dead in my dreams. I can only ever be the best that I can be. If that's not enough, then it's not up to me. Drowning in the ocean or we're lost at sea, striving for something I can never reach. I am not the villain, babe, though there are times I act insane. It takes both hands to call the rain, and the water just keeps rising.
That was cool. That was a cool harmony.
I found the meaning in me. Please don't.
The important part of the reverb is not exactly what you use. I mean, that's just a resource, what I had there. But the important part of the harmonies is actually... Hold on, what is this? I wasn't even using that one. Yeah, so the important part about the harmonies here is... about reverbs is that contrast even within reverbs. Not using the same type of reverb. You know, you want to emulate different spaces, and combining those different spaces really feels a lot better to me than just syncing everything into a single sound reverb. I've also, this is interesting as well, the point of the reverb as well is to add a sense of width and space, right? So you should never really add reverb unless without fulfilling its purpose, in the sense that if reverbs are mono, or if they don't, you don't need to hear the reverb. All it needs to do is to make it feel like the recording is in a space. So I think sometimes people go too much or too little with their reverbs, where it's not really giving a sense of, but I often find people doing too much, and of the same one where there's a lot of conflicting frequencies within the reverb. So you should always be EQing your reverb as well. Like you saw me put in an EQ here on the master effects bus, which I just added on this pass. So just making sure that you pay attention to your effects. I think that is a big deal. All right. I think that's really good for a really good stopping point for this one. Would you say reverbs makes things more realistic? It's rare that sounds are dry in real life. Yeah. Yes, reverbs can make things sound realistic. For example, in any sort of voiceover, and in video games, you'll notice that, for example, in Call of Duty or in any sort of video game, even on, for example, Mario, you hear this a lot. Like when Mario's in caves, the audio designer is then, his footsteps and yahoo is reverberating in the caves or in the tunnels that he's in, and the echoes and the delays are emulating the space that's around him. And I think that is very important to adding the realism. I've done a lot of voiceover work, and they didn't want to pay for post-production editing, so I just gave them the super dry voiceover, and what happened is that they used the super dry voiceover for a commercial, and it just sounded really unprofessional because the vocals were super dry, and all of them were in room, so it didn't really show that they were in a space. It didn't feel like they were in a space. It felt like they were in a void, and it felt really off. The vocals felt really off according to the production. That's because there wasn't any sort of matched reverb to tailor the space around them. So yes, it definitely makes things feel a lot more real. You can make things sound like it's coming off of a stage. You can make things sound like it's coming through a hallway. And there's a lot of different companies. Altiverb is an incredibly expensive reverb plugin. I'm thinking I think it's $500 to $800 for this reverb plugin. And Altiverb is really, really great for emulation of space. It's used a lot in film and TV because they have they capture the response, the impulse response of various different rooms. Here, let me pull up their website. I don't have this one. Leslie likes to use this one. Again, a lot of yeah, it's $900. So check this out. Convolution reverbs. Convolution means that there's like some sort of impulse response. So they actually put microphones in the actual room. They can be. This is like the OG one and one of the best ones. So all right, so they have Sydney Opera House. So all of these are actually like calculated. So it really sounds like sitting in the Sydney Opera House or the Amsterdam, whatever the hell, ever concert different concert halls, LA Philharmonic, Disney. So that's just down the street from us. Oh, what a beautiful space. Different ballrooms. I mean, they even have ones for some really, really important ones for film and TV. These are all halls, and these halls sound nice. I think that's important. There's a lot of cathedrals, which I also think is very important and beautiful. These cathedrals have very amazing sounds. Stadiums. You can see him setting up the microphone here and doing the impulse responses through speakers. Some more operas and theaters. Very interesting. Churches. What an interesting looking church. Wow. This is so fun to go on an adventure with people and just like capture images like this. These are not the ones that I'm looking for. Oh, different recording studios. Oh, that's a beautiful looking room, actually. Bill Putnam's Echo Chambers, Cello Suites, Cello Studios, Nashville Sound Kitchen, Zappa Recording Studio, the Church Studio, let's see. Clear Mountains, Echo Chambers. Westlake Audio, which is just down the street from us as well. A lot of different legendary studios. Sound on Sound Studio, that's cool. Okay, medium-sized rooms. Okay, there's actually a whole list of cool ones. So these are the ones, scoring stages, clubs, tombs. Really? So they have tombs. That's so cool. Reverb gear. And then this is the one most important for like film and TV is domestic spaces. So there's literally like an airline cockpit, reverb, office, desk, classroom, bedroom, various different bedrooms, bedroom with a mattress, the bathroom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's a bunch of different tile bathrooms, large bathroom, upstairs attic. So there's a bunch of very specific domestic spaces. This is very important for film and TV, which is, I'm assuming, I would be surprised if these film and TV post-production folks don't have Altiverb specifically because of this. This is the secret behind hyper-realism with any sort of audio. Just going to break into these halls with a sine wave and a dream instead. Thanks for the presets, my guy, and info. Thanks. I'm tuned in on Twitch. Had to ask, when coming up with lyrics composing as well, it's very important to just keep simple. When writing verses, a whole bunch of lyrics to make something fit in an empty space of a song. And wow, that website is insane. How much is that to own? Yeah, like $800, $900. Literally checking that out when I get home. Yeah, it's really cool. They have outdoor noises, which is hilarious, which I assume is more just like ambience than anything else. That's really interesting. Outdoor streets and fields. I wonder if it adds like car noises. Okay, you can get inside of cars. So the impulse response is inside the cars, trains, helicopters, airplanes, sounds from beyond. So like you can do reverbs from looks like the one room over, 2 rooms over, 3 rooms over, a different floor, underground caves, tubes. Oh wow, that is crazy. Hangers. Wow. I don't know how much of this is actually like practically useful for most like music folks. Like if I spent $800, $900 on this, almost $1,000 on this reverb plugin, and I go through all the presets and I like 1 or 2, I don't know if that was worth $1,000. You know what I'm saying? If I only use 1 or 2. But if I was in film and TV doing post-production, yes, this is absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. So cool. So cool. Anyway, going back to this. Wow, insane. The beyond the room seems useful. Yeah, it could be. Totally could be. Yeah, it totally could be useful. I've tried them myself, and they're actually really. When I was in school, the school had an Altiverb license, and I had an assignment to do post production for this example film, and I had to do it for like a 5-minute clip of audio. And I remember going in with Altiverb and trying all the different presets out and doing the different rooms, and oh my gosh, it just worked so well for the film thing. It just made each scene feel hyper realistic, like the voices, the sound effect, the Foley just sounded so hyper realistic with Altiverb. So it was really interesting to hear all that stuff. All right, is there any questions on this sort of stuff? Any questions with this mix and this song? If not, I could pull up another one. Let me pull up my Trello here. I always recommend everybody to use Trello or some sort of project management. What Trello looks like. I kind of keep track of my projects here. I have another revision that I need to do. I need 2 more revisions I need to do. I need to mix an instrumental. I could start a totally new song. Y'all want to start a totally new song with me? I really only have like 30 more minutes to stream, but we can definitely start a new one. Let's see. We're 18. Nicole Magnet. Y'all want to hear the final mix for a previous one that I've been showing the last few streams? I can show a final mix for how we ended up with Nicole, and we could talk about how we got there and different things, because this is a totally different vibe. And I think that, and actually I'm going to pull this up because I want to hear what the mastering engineer did with all this as well.
DK on the mix, bitch.
Okay, does anybody watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Anybody watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I've been asking for the last few streams, and nobody seems to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is really sad because I have the perfect little like animation, but nobody gets it. Yeah, that's hard to do. That's my favorite one. Or the oh my god, though. Do I even have that one? Hold on, wait. That's from JoJo. That's from JoJo.
Oh shit! Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Oh my god! Oh shit! Holy shit!
I mean, it's the Japanese one, so
Holy
they
shit!
can't pronounce their R's or their L's.
Nice, nice! Very nice, nice, nice! Very nice! Oh my god! Very nice! Oh no!
I wonder if these are on YouTube as well. Hold on, let me save those.
Oh shit! Son of a bitch! Oh no! Oh my god!
I'm gonna see if there's like a YouTube channel of. Best of Joseph Joestar. This is the show where it's a generational thing. So there's one bad guy and one good guy, and the good guy keeps having kids, and it's like the grandchild or their daughter or son, and every season is a new generation. So like it first starts off in like the mid 80s, 1800s, sorry, the mid 1800s. And the latest season that just came out on anime form, the book is further along, but in anime form, it's 2011, and with the third generation's daughter. So it's really, really interesting as far as like generational. Hold on. We're gonna run away.
Heads up, everybody run. Cole outside and he said.
こんな化け物をやっつける策がさらにあるのかジョジョ
ああ、あるぜ。
で、あるのか
ああ、たった一つだけ残った策があるぜ。
たった一つだけそれは一体
とっておきのやつがな。あの足を見ろ。やつは足が細切れになりすぎてまだ完全。
策とは
こっちも足を使うんだ。
足をどうやって
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit.
You have to pretend to be a girl for a scene.
ちょっとでも動いたら撃つぞ。どうしていきなり何なの？怪しい動きだ。撃て！撃つな。わかった。動かない。くそ。さすがドイツ軍だぜ。よくぞ俺の上層を見破ったな。間抜け。人する女がいる。カモン。
He needs some milk.
It's so good. It's such a good show. And this is my favorite, probably my favorite generation or the favorite character is Joseph Joestar, which is the second generation.
Oh my god! Help me! Oh my god!
先輩
This is my favorite button too. One time I was at the zoo, and at the Salt Lake City Zoo with my uncle. This is years ago. And we went to the reptile exhibit, reptile exhibit, and it would just happen to be a weird day. I think everybody was just in heat, I guess. And I saw two couple 100-pound turtles going at it. And it literally sounded like this, reverberating in the entire center of the reptile room. Because the way that it is in Salt Lake City is that there's a whole center section where all the turtles are, the big boys, the big animals. And then on the outskirts, there's hallways of the smaller ones. So in the center, it's like a dome. It's reverberating. And it sounded like this. This is how turtles moan. It's so...
Bruh.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
That's a good one. This is Generation 3 from JoJo.
やれやれだぜ。
And if you notice, most of my my emotes as well are from JoJo anime. I have a Naruto emote. I have various different emotes, but there's a kakyoin. Kakyoin is the one that does the lero lero lero. This is an actual scene from the show. Anyway, that's just yeah, Japanese voice acting is totally different. And relatively speaking, American voice acting is just not even close yet. So anyway, let's listen to the song top to bottom, and then I'm gonna import the final master as well, coming back from the mastering engineer, because I haven't heard it yet. So let me play it through and download that while it's going. If you have any questions about anything from this mix, this is the final mix. This is what was sent through. Let me know if you have any questions as well.
You shoot electric through my veins. Your finger currents charging my brain. My wires crossed, I'm going insane. Short circuiting can concentrate. Your gravity, it pulls me in.
Oh, that's what happens when I was playing around with other apps while it's playing. Hold on. Wait a second. Let me download this after. Okay, there it is. I'm going to play it again. No! Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Let me just download the master file real quick, because I actually haven't heard the master yet. Oh, crap. Okay, I already did.
Like sugar, you go straight to my hips. Our lips are magnets. Wave your white flag, don't need to resist. Our lips are Red alert, high voltage near. Fly me off into the atmosphere. One touch, you'll break the grid. Once you start, you better not quit. Like sugar, you go straight to my hips. Our lips are magnets. Wave your white flag, don't need to resist. Our lips are Hold me just a little bit closer. I wanna get to know you. Hold me just a little bit closer. I wanna get to know you. Hold me just a little bit closer. I wanna get to know you. Hold me just a little bit closer. I wanna. Like sugar, you go straight to my hips. Our lips are magnets. Wave your white flag, no need to resist. Our lips are
Killer song, killer production, killer arrangement. Just in general, just like a really fun song and a very difficult one to mix. It took a lot of time to automate everything here. And incredibly, it was a lot of fun, though. It was definitely a lot of fun. Just took a lot of time to get everything right into its right place. And this is one of the few mixes where I actually had to sit down with the producer, the guy that made the arrangement, who basically, to a certain degree, wanted to just turn everything up so everything could be heard. Because again, he produced the song. It's his baby, you know? So he wanted everything to be heard, and I had to sit down with him and be like, yo, you can't have everything be heard. It's going to muddy up everything. Like, so I asked him, the first question that I asked him was like, order of priority. What's most important between these things? The vocals, the strings, the keys, the guitar, any sort of effects, the horns. What's the most important? And from there, we kind of started that conversation. And I basically brought it up to him. I was like, yo, the mid-range is getting really muddy if we're not changing things up. But I think we got it to the point, I think mix version 1 versus this mix, I think it sounds much better in this mix. Because at the end, he's just, by the end of it, he's like, yeah, let's just go back to, let me open this up. Let's just go back to what you think we should do, which is kind of making some room, like turning down everything, basically. I think if he goes with Pro Tools HD software, you would really enjoy having the volume trim option for automation purposes. Yeah, no, I definitely would. But also, it's like quadruple the monthly price. And quadruple the monthly price for an automation, which I could do with trim, is not fun. Anyway, here's I haven't listened to this yet. I want to compare the Final Master versus this one. Made it a little bit louder. Cleaned up my mid-range nicely. I like what he did with the compression a lot. I really like what up? If you're on YouTube, come to Twitch. I think your volume is really low. Is anybody else having difficulty hearing me? I think he made it a little bit tighter. He made it slightly a little bit brighter, and he took away my low mid warmth, so it's a little bit less warmth. I would say it's a little bit more cold, but I really like. Actually, it feels a lot, and more importantly, I think it feels a lot more vintage too. Like it feels a lot more like era wise, a little bit more of that era, like more Earth, Wind, and Fire type vintage. He cleaned up my low mid nicely. Like, he cleaned up my low mid nicely. I would say that it's still a little bit too loud. Yeah, he definitely did something to the mids, the low mids there. You could be a little bit louder. Maybe it's in comparison to the master. Yeah. So other than that, it's definitely like within the realm of what I like, and this guy does a really great job. And yeah, it's just really cool to hear the difference. I actually didn't hear it before, so he definitely made it like a little bit louder. I think it's a little bit too crushed for my taste. I didn't feel like he had to make it louder, but he did. It's all right. That sounds great. Oh, why did I make it inactive? Let me just show you. But yeah, other than that, the song is totally done. So any questions about this mix here? So we talked about the background vocals, getting the background vocals to see sound on point here. Let me go through the automation processes. So like you can see all of the automation. There you go. So lots of micro movements here. And again, they're really small. They're much bigger if I made them bigger. If I made this bigger, they're a lot more dramatic, you can see. But it's because I've shrunk them that it looks like very minimal. Lots of automation on individual tracks and buses. So here's two big ones right there. Horn sections, keys on the various keys and sections. Drums, kick and snare, there's some automation there. And then there's also a lot of clip gain automation, which is not showing. So you see the clip gain here. I've done some clip gain automation here. You can see lots of clip gain automation here. No automation in the effects area. Clip gain or automation here, as well as clip gain automation in various parts in the vocal and automation of the vocal here. Effects automation here this is their effects. This is what they sent me, their personal effects, and then here's my added effects. And I just have an automation here for the effects. And yeah, that's kind of it. Lots of tracks on this one. Hey, did you do any processing on my master bus? Yes, I did. I did lots. Well, not a decent amount. Let's check this out. Let's check those out. I'll turn them on one by one. Low end focus from Ozone, advanced. Listen to what it does to the kick drum and the bass. A touch of EQ, 0.2 dBs, I think it said 0.6 before, 0.5, little filtering here. Someone was calling me. And saturation, this is going to change the tone quite a bit, so check this out. This is one of my favorite plugins and saturators. Filling in some of those holes. Parametric EQ. And I'm zoomed in too, so this is only 1 dB of change. So very minimal changes here. API. Now this is a very interesting one. This is something that I've started using a lot more recently again, and this is the API 2500 clone from Waves. And I typically don't like the Waves stuff too much, but check this out. When I use this, it changes the tone. Listen to the low end and the top end. Listen to how it changes the tone, specifically the tone. Don't worry about the compression. Like it's adding some low end, some low mid information, some mid range stuff, and it's really smoothing out that upper mid range or the top high stuff. I really, really like the tone of this. Like The compression sounds dope, fine, whatever. But the tone of it is incredible.
Like sugar, you go straight to my hips. Our lips are madness. When you wipe back, don't need to resist. Our lips are
What up? Thanks for following El Big Oted Davidela. I'm sorry, I really butchered that. Trying to get every letter in there. Welcome to the chat for the first time. Thanks for joining us. Hey, did you do any processing in your master bus? Yeah, I'm answering that question. Oh my goodness, Vertigo really rocks. It really did. And then lastly is my classic Pultec EQP1A legacy version from UAD, which is the free one. I like the new one too. The new one sounds good, but I just use the legacy version so much more, so I like the way that it sounds. With just a touch of low-end boost and a touch of that mid-range, that 5K in the vocal, and a little tiny cut in the very, very top end. So check this out. And of course, the tube saturation, the tube vibey thing that it adds, even without anything on it.
like sugar, you go straight to my hips.
It does add a volume boost. And then this is like my recent favorite limiter here. Actually not doing too much. Not as much as I thought I would. And then my final limiter. If I turn this off, that's what we should be hearing. So here's everything before and after. And let's see how much the volume is changing as well. It's not changing as much as I thought it was. So check this out. Let me do like a trim tool here and kind of. There you go. You can kind of hear the difference there. Yes, this will be out on streaming. This is the artist's name is Nicole McMahon. So let me pull up her Instagram account for you. She is an amazing artist, and her husband Gavin is the producer. The producer. I'm pretty sure this is already doing pre-saves, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so here you go. So here it is. Magnus drops Friday, January the 28th. Pre-save link in her bio, so don't miss in the fun. Yeah, Nicole is absolutely amazing, is a wonderful artist, is totally underrated, and this is Gavin, this is her husband. This couple here, and they're actually in Utah. So we hung out. We went to school together. She was actually had a job at the university where I was at. And she was when I took my first songwriting class, she was the teacher's assistant. She was the TA for the songwriting class. And Gavin and I were in the same grade, same time. So we did a lot of classes together. So we were really tight. The three of us were really tight. I actually did not imagine them getting married, which is kind of funny. They're both like really intelligent, introverted types. So it's just really interesting to see how they've developed over the years and just dope. So really great for them. This will be out, sounds like Friday the 28th, January the 28th. So It'll be coming out soon. And they have other songs as well. So if you check out their other music, so Nicole also has other songs that I've mixed. So Nicole also has other songs that I've mixed. Oh, that's dope. I love this. So Aphrodisiac and Touch Me are also both songs that I've mixed as well. Really dope, similar vibe. Go check those out if you want to listen to those. Really dope music. Like, again, production is just amazing. Very well done. Very proud of these. I think Lou mastered Aphrodisiac, if I'm not mistaken, and worked on that with us. Really dope. Okay, anyway, so going back to this. Here's that backing vocal. Here's the before and after of that backing vocal. Here's the before and after of that backing vocal.
You go straight to my hips. Our lips are magnets.
Here's in context so you can hear how it kind of fits. Here's her backing vocals.
Our lips, magnets. No need to resist.
After.
Our lips, magnets.
So not too different. Here's the lead vocal. I'll show you some before and after on the lead vocal as well.
Your finger currents charging my brain. My wires crossed, I'm going insane. Short circuit and can concentrate.
A lot of plugins for not very much of a difference. I'm not going to lie to you. And then I even did some plugins on the all vocals bus, which is everything. So here's all vocals and...
Your finger currents charging my brain. My wires crossed, I'm going insane. Short circuit and can concentrate. Your gravity.
De-essing, some light pulling of notches, some compression with this. This is one of my, again, I talk about this every stream. I talk about this because I use this every stream. One of the best compressors ever. Ooh, update. Okay, this is for saturation. Listen, this changes the tone.
Your finger currents charging my
Little golf os there, touch golf os, touch of Spectre, touch of additive EQ, more compression, some widening.
Your gravity, it pulls me in. It's a fight I don't really wanna win.
Just a touch of width.
Giving up that good energy.
So the male vocals are, and then everything together. The male vocals are people from around Utah. So names like Garen Brett, I believe, was there. Gavin himself did some male vocals. A bunch of like, Joseph. A bunch of like Utah songwriter cats. There's a whole like crew out there that does backing vocals, and they do a really good job. I think that goes to show, like, again, having really great source content really changes the tone of a track. Yep. Alrighty. Yeah, so we've done enough listening to this song. So it's actually... Stephen Chen on YouTube says, sorry, I just joined. What reverb delays do you use? I actually haven't gone through the reverb delays yet. Let's go over what they gave me first. So let me show you the original mix. The demo mix here. And see what kind of reverbs and delays that they use. Okay, so here's the original set of demos. So here's the effects that they gave me for that section, the pre-chorus and chorus. This is just their effects. You can hear the reverb on the keys, on the vocals, the delays. And that's kind of, and this is what I'm adding. Reverb, the default Valhalla vintage verb, a slapback delay, pretty heavy slapback delay, little alter verb, high pitch alter verb, form pitch into a delay. So let's listen to this one because this is a very interesting one. Here's that delay one.
Straight to my hips. Our lips are magnets. Straight to my hips. Our lips are magnets. Wave your wife back, don't need to resist. Our lips are magnets.
Everybody say hi to my son. Yeah, and then I have this long boy reverb, which I usually use. Same thing. Valhalla. High pitched, form and shifted down into. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Hey. Oh, you can use it. Give me a second. He really likes the rainbow trigger. Here, press it. Hands up. He really likes the rainbow one. Anyway, yeah, this one, the long boy, is a really interesting reverb. It's a little alter void, pitch shifted and form is shifted into a compressor, which then just smash it out. It looked like there were some frequencies that were pointing out into a long, chaotic hall modern, with again another EQ to get some more stuff out of the reverb. All right. There you go. But check that reverb. Check out the reverb here, so that you can hear it in a couple spots here. Right, hold on. Pause for a second. Hold on, and then check it out.
My wires crossed, I'm going insane. Sure,
can you hear that sparkle?
Your gravity, it pulls me in.
You can hear the different, like the effects here. Here's another one of those high. You can hear when more of that long boy. There you go. In the notes, they sent me a really comprehensive like PDF of notes that they want and how they want their vision to change. They want the song to change. And one of the things that they specifically said is that they want the reverbs to change. They want it to be a lot more spacey. like drifting into sparkly space. All right, my number 2 child wanted some attention, so everybody say hi to Kyo. Say hi. He doesn't really talk. But this is my youngest. This is Kyo. He saw older brother walk in. He wanted some daddy time. But I'm almost done. Then we can play. He likes to touch everything and anything that's in front of him, so I need to step back a little bit. But yeah, that really adds that airy space here.
Voltage near, fly me off into the atmosphere. One touch, you'll break the
I really like reverb throws. This one, there's a lot of reverb
Once
throws.
you start, you better not quit. Like sugar, you go straight to my hips. I live on
In context, you can hear the different delays and things in context here.
cross, I'm going insane. Sure as
You hear that high pitch?
can concentrate. Your gravity, it pulls me in. It's a fight I don't really wanna win. Giving up that good energy. It's electricity. Like sugar, you go straight to my hips. Our lips are magnets. Wave your white flag, don't need to resist. Our lips are Red alert, high voltage near. Fly me off into the atmosphere. One touch, you'll
Atmosphere really comes out.
once
That's probably like one of those money moments.
voltage near. Fly me off into the atmosphere. One touch, you'll break
And it's relatively subtle. It's not crazy.
Once you start, you better not quit. Like sugar, you go straight to my hips. I
Anyway, those are the main ones. It's really interesting. Yeah, thank you for joining us, Stephen Chen, on YouTube. You have created a great space that suits perfectly to the song. I appreciate that. Yeah, this one took a lot of fiddling around, so got that magical feel. Stephen Chen, really eye-opening to a bedroom mixer like me. Well, technically speaking, if you couldn't tell with my boys bombarding into the room, I'm also a bedroom mixer, right? Now I so this is definitely something that is being in a bedroom doesn't really change anything. I actually own a studio down the street. It's literally down the street. I live a block away from the studio, and it's got 2 rooms. Actually, Lou might be there right now if Lou's still in the chat. Lou is my business partner. We own the studio together. You can learn more about it by typing in ! If you're on Twitch, ! Studio. We have discounts going on right now if you want to learn more about In the Mix Studios and kind of our background clientele there. Anyway, I have this opportunity to go and work in these studios, but I love working from the bedroom because I'm always just a doorway away from my family. And I don't know, I just really like the isolation, and this is my private space. The vibe is different. Now, if you can get it acoustically sounding right with great monitors, and if you don't disrupt your neighbors, that's a whole nother thing, but I love mixing in a bedroom. And I've got it sounding really nice in here. So, I'm actually really happy with the way things are sounding in this bedroom. Now, I do think the one thing that does help significantly is that is my home soundproof? No, it's not soundproofed. There's a lot of acoustic treatment. So you see a lot of panels, but it's not soundproof. This one in this room, I don't really have a neighbor. I only have an upstairs neighbor, and they're not usually home during the day. So like, and I've never really had a complaint from the music. And I am not really blasting too loud in here either. So never had issues. As long as you're not going late into the night, because I only really do it like 9 to 5, 9 to 6, 10 to 6-ish. So never had issues. And yeah, but I would say the one thing though, and is that the one thing that does make me not your average bedroom mixer is the acoustic environment, where I have a lot of acoustic treatment in here, as well as, you know, the $10,000 studio monitors, which is not your average studio monitor setup. Hi, buddy. My lips are magnets. To exist. So Kaname came into the room to make one final announcement before we sign off. Or Kyo, this is Kyo. He wanted me to introduce his new book. That's right, my wife and I, we write books together. And we write children's book. And this last one that we just came out with is, here you go, I just typed in the information there, is, and these are totally free. The digital copies are totally free on our website. The last one is about my son. So this son right here, my son, his name is Kyo. It's like Tokyo, but without the toe. Kyo, Kyo. And he was born with Down syndrome. And because of that, at 6 months old, he stayed in the NICU in the hospital for about 8 months. And the last 2 months were recovery, because at 6 months, he had to get open heart surgery. So he has a big scar on his chest. And for 6 months, basically, my son didn't, or 8 months, my oldest didn't realize that he had a brother. And when he finally, so he had 100% of the attention at home for a long period of time. And then this son came home. And because of that, he had to get used to having another brother around. So we wrote this book. This is our second book that we have. It's called My Brother is a Samurai, because we don't cut Kyo's hair. We haven't cut his hair, so he's got really nice long hair. Just show everybody your hair. Tie it in a knot as well. It's we got it in like a samurai knot. So yeah, this is available on dkandkayako.com. It's free digital copies, as well as the physical copies are available on amazon.com. You can buy. My wife is an illustrator, so she draws the pictures. She draws the pictures here. Here's a couple picture demos. And the words are actually lyrics to a song. So every time I write a book with my wife here, I actually write a song. So on the front page, the first page of the book, so if you have kids or if you have nieces, nephews, it's a QR code that you can scan, which will take you to our website or Spotify or Apple Music or wherever, YouTube. And you can actually play back the song while reading the book. So it's not just an audio book. There is a read-only, like audiobook style as well. But it'll actually play the music for the words, which is really cool. So you can sit down and listen to the music as you show your kids or your nieces, nephews, or whatever, cousins, and read through the book with them. And it's a really cool song. I write it myself, produce it all myself, and my wife is the one that does all the pictures, and they're really, really cute, kind of like she's Japanese, I'm Japanese, so a little bit of like that, the Japanese-influenced illustration here. It's really cute. And there's 3 characters. There's Kyo and Kaname. Kaname is the one speaking, and the book is about, I think my brother is a samurai. It's a really cute book. If you want to check it out, dkandkayako.com. The link is right there. All right. This dude is getting restless, so we're going to have to like close out Pro Tools. Anything else? Anything else you want to say, little buddy? Oh no. Oh no. This is premium content streaming. Yee! Hello. You want to listen to thanks for everything you do, man. I'm a regular listener to the podcast and appreciate all your insight. Lou is a legend as well. Let him know for me, bro. Of course. Lewis still might be in the chat here, but also, yeah, on that note, if you're interested in learning more about mixing and producing and music business in general, how to grow more clientele, how to grow your business as a mixer, as a producer, songwriter, check out my podcast. We just broke 300,000 downloads. We're in the top 1% of all podcasts as far as growth, weekly growth goes, and as well as like download rates. We're in the top 50 in the world for under music conversations, and oftentimes we bump into top 10 in the world for music conversations. We have over 150 episodes specifically about what I talk about on stream. If you want to check that out, it's totally free resource. Hundreds of hours worth of content there on there for you. So go check it out, mixingmusicpodcast.com, if you want to. Yeah. Thank you so much, Steven, for joining us. Thank you so much, Rory. Hey, if you want to take a few seconds and go into the description of the YouTube video, go onto my Twitch channel and click follow on Twitch. That really is awesome. I'm trying to do more of my streaming on Twitch, but I have it multi-streamed to YouTube as well. All right, let's see. I think that's it as far as like my shout outs and whatnot. I'm going to let y'all go as I got some things planned for today, but really appreciate anybody that stopped by, came through, stopped by, said hello. Happy mixing, my friends, and stay saucy. Say bye. Bye.